In today's video, I'm going to be comparing Igor and Mighty Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. This will be the first of many in a album bracket series I'm going to be doing on this channel, so be sure to subscribe if you're interested in that. I'm going to be going from track to track, comparing these albums, rank them possibly by best to worst, and then compare those, and then compare the projects as a whole for the overall art, album cover, what they're going for, and all of that jazz. So what better way than to start with track 1, Igor's theme and Dark Fantasy. Now I do have to say, these are two of the greatest, well, I don't know if I want to say two of the greatest intro tracks of all time, but they are definitely up there. Now, Dark Fantasy absolutely sets the stage, with the spoken word intro to the building up chorus and then the breaks with a nice flow. I mean, okay, these songs both sound good. Dark Fantasy is a 6 out of 10 song. Now I know you might be saying, no, that's a 10, and you could be right, it could be a 10, but it's not. And this is one of the best 6 out of 10s of all time, don't get me wrong. This is a entire painting. I don't have to explain the song. You know what it is, you know the bridge, you know everything, you know how it combines the 2010 songs, how it combines all of Ye's albums in one, so is the whole album. But 6 out of 10. Now Igor's theme, this song is a 4 out of 10. Now I know you're probably like, no, that's one of the best songs I've ever heard, and I can't even lie to you, that synth is nice, the drum break is nice. I mean, it's a good chopped drum, it's well mixed, of course, there's Uzi on it, and you know, the chords are great, but especially when comparing this to Dark Fantasy, it's just a 4 out of 10. I mean, it is a good song, but it's kind of getting old. Now, I don't know if it's getting old, but it's kind of getting old. I mean, okay, I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a 5 because, okay, yeah, it deserves a 5 because you have to look at this album as Stranger Things. Igor's theme is basically Stranger Things, and this is the opening to it. Similar to 808s and Heartbreak, this is a love tape. It's a love tape that you pick up and you just grab it. You know what I mean? It's just a love tape, and the synth and drum, it opens it up perfectly. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give both of these, I'm gonna actually give this a 7 out of, no, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Alright, now I believe up next on, okay, well, I know what's up next on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Gorgeous. I am already about to give Gorgeous a 10 out of 10. This song, it's so amazing. This song is a 10 out of 10, man. Look, okay, look. First of all, the beat is great. It just is a looping pirate ship. A way I describe Welcome to Heartbreak, it's a pirate ship, but Gorgeous is the advanced pirate ship. The way that this guitar loop just keeps looping, and then it blasts back in, and the verses are so FU attitude. And there's 3 Ye verses. Now the outro is great, of course, but the highlight is the 3 Ye verses. They are so good. They combine Ye's quote-unquote corniness in the best way possible. You know how he was saying he got taught to make corny cheese, like backpack rhymes sound cool? These aren't even really like backpack rhymes, but this is the best rapping he's ever done in the most unique way. It's just such a great song. Now up next on Igor is Earthquake. Up next on Igor is Earthquake. This is a really good song. Of course, you got Playboy Cardi and the chords, and it's, you know, the lead. It's a really good song. You make my earthquake. Yeah, and the ending, how it has the reverb snares. One thing about Igor, it is very musically advanced. Now, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, it's musically advanced for sure, but there's still beats, and they have great structure. We'll get into that more, but songs like All of the Lights, that is very musically advanced, but it's still a hip-hop song. Earthquake and a lot of the songs on Igor, I don't know what they are. So Earthquake, it's good. I don't listen to it that much. It's trap, hip-hop, R&B. I'm gonna just give it a 7 out of 10, because mind you, dude, it's really good. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna give Earthquake a 7. It's just, it's really good. It's really good, and it's all over the place at the same time, compacted into one. But I don't know if I can give it any higher than a 7. Yeah, that's a 7. Alright, so up next on Igor is I Think. This song is it's so good that I can't listen to it. That's kind of where I am with Igor right now. Especially as an artist, I'm like, man, I'll come to it. I'm manifesting it. You know, I'm manifesting an Igor listen sesh. But just not right now. But I Think the lead, there was a time where I was absolutely in love with this album. I've been in love with both of these albums, but there was a time where I was absolutely in love with I Think. Just the way the lead goes, that is just amazing. It's just amazing. I can't even begin to imagine music like that. It's just, I think I'm falling in love, and it's not even about the lyrics. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It deserves a 9 out of 10. Power. Boy, oh boy. You're probably thinking, is this even gonna be close? I'm thinking the same thing, because Power could be a 10 out of 10, or it could be a 5 out of 10. It could be either one, because it is the most epic song of all time. I listened to Power once, and it gave me power for about a month straight. For like 5 months straight, it gave me power. I listened to the song as I was dipping from this situation, and it just carried me, man. Now, the lyrics on this song are so empowering. I love them because, okay, Power's a 5 out of 10. It's a 5 out of 10. Power's a 5 out of 10. Let me explain. This is the most epic song of all time, with an ego death in it leading into the rest of the album. So the points will be counted differently whenever we bring the albums all together. But as a song, this song is a 5 out of 10. Now, it is extremely hard. It is an extremely hard song, but it's a 5 out of 10. Everyone knows how Power sounds. Running Out of Time. Running Out of Time is the first track on Igor that will get a 10 out of 10. It's so atmospheric. It's so atmospheric, and it just takes you for a ride. And it totally matches what he's saying in Igor's theme. Right around town, they gonna feel this one. Cause the chords and strings, pads, they just take you up. And this is the first track that's actually telling a real good story. And it's not just, simple lyrics. And then the drum break, this is the best, and the car sounds, this is the best song on Igor so far, for sure. The synths, the way it just distorts through and does all of that, this gets a 10 out of 10. Now, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. All of the Lights interlude and All of the Lights. Now, the inner child in me and me now wants to give this a 10 out of 10, especially when combining the interlude. I mean, this is one of the best songs of all time, but it's still only a 7 out of 10. It's better, it might be better than Gorgeous, but it's still a 7 out of 10. Now, I really get, the drums in this just blare it together. There's an outro to an outro, and the bridge is perfect, and, okay, Rihanna's part is better than people think. Rihanna's part is better than people think. I'm talking about the part where she's like, lose my mind? What's up, about I do that line? That is a crazy piece of music right there. That is nothing I've ever heard in my life. That is one of the best parts of music ever. And yeah, that is one of the best parts of music ever. And Kid Cudi's part, one of the best parts of music ever. The bridge, yeah, there's some of the best pieces of music ever, but it's still a 7 out of 10. I can't quite explain why it's a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 just looks right. Now, Monster. Okay, Ye has the best verse on Monster. I don't care what nobody says. Nicki Minaj. Okay, no. Okay, wait. Okay, Nicki Minaj has the best verse, but at the same time, Ye has the best verse. You know what I mean? Because Ye's verse is just swaggy. It's swaggy, and you can do the flopper. You can do I forgot what the actual dance is called, but you can do the Fortnite flopper emote to it. It's a it's a Broadway dance. What is that dance called? Hold on, I'm about to look this up. And And the keys on this are what makes it great. Of course, the drums, the overall, and then the outro is a lake that is flowing. I want to give this song a 4. It's a great 4. The energy that this song can bring is great. It's really great, and what they're talking about on the song is great. But it's one song where it kind of seems like they decided, we're gonna make this song monster. You know what I mean? So I don't know how I feel about it. 4 out of 10, but it's a great song. It's a great song. Okay, now running out of time. New Magic Wand. New Magic Wand is the better version. New Magic Wand is a 8 out of 10. Ooh, yeah. New Magic Wand is a 8 out of 10. It brings so much energy, and the synth variation is actually amazing. Just how there's so many different variations of the distorted bass slide going crashing. This song is lit. I don't have too much to say about that song. Now we have So Appalled. Now there was a time when I said this song was a 3 out of 10, and it could still be a 3 out of 10 because everyone's verse is great. I think Ye has one of the better verses in it still. His verses on this album are underrated, if you will. Now one thing that makes this is one of the best Ye beats of all time. The drum pattern, I always love the drum pattern and how the bass brings it into it, and then at the end of the loop there's strings that go side to side like and the Manfred Mann sample, incredible. One hand in the air. This song might actually be a 10. This is it's either a 3 or a 10. There's no in between. Actually, no, I'm looking at Igor's theme and then I look at So Appalled. So Appalled is a 5 out of 10. But the beat is, oh my gosh. Now the verse is listen, it's incredible. It's still a 5 out of 10 though. It's still a 5 out of 10. You can't tell me otherwise. Okay, now we have on Igor, A Boy Is a Gun. This is some real heartfelt music. This is real heartfelt music right here to the T. I want to give it a 10. I'm giving it a 10. This is the first time I've heard Tyler actually chop up samples. It's like he used an MPC on this. Listen to the sample chops in the song. It's actually chopped. It's like bam, and then it stops, and then it comes back in. It's real. This is a 10 out of 10 song. No doubt about it. This is a 10 out of 10 song. Doing that to a sample is actually nasty. Doing that to the sample is wicked. Doing that to the sample is absolutely wicked. And it's just pouring his heart out. He's pouring his heart out on the song. Devil in a New Dress. I've never actually gave this a ranking. I've always thought of it as a automatic 10 out of 10 because similar to Running Out of Time, it takes you up into the air, into the moon. And this is real heartfelt music as well. I can picture Ye in a ballroom and there's a Devil in a New Dress girl and they're at a party with the higher ups. And I know Rick Ross's verse is great. I know the guitar solo in the middle and of course the beat and then the beat after the guitar solo. But what I'm obsessed with is Ye's part. It's such great flowing. I'm gonna give it a 9 because I can't give it a 10. But it is for sure a 9 out of 10. For sure a 9 out of 10. No way you could tell me that is not a 9 out of 10. And next up we have Puppet. Okay, no. Whenever I look at the title of this song or listen to it, I actually imagine a puppet. And the drums on it are so incredible. And then of course there's a Ye verse on there. This song is absolutely amazing. Everyone can relate to this song. Puppet, you're my puppet, you control me, I don't know me. This girl if this is a dude on Igor, bro acting like a girl, man. Come on, yo. There's no reason you should not just love Tyler. Just give Tyler love. What are you on, bro? No, seriously, what are you on? That's why he alchemized you and made this album. What's wrong with you, bro? Puppet, I love Puppet. Okay, Runaway. What's Good? I mess with What's Good. What's Good? 2 out of 10. A great 2 out of 10. A really good 2 out of 10. This song is the visual representation of Bowser's Castle. And the first time I listened to it, I was playing Bowser's Castle. Ooh, did I really just give that a 2? Yeah, I did. Okay, Heck of a Life. Heck of a Life is... This song is something that was created in the Egyptian pharaohic tombs. No cap. This is a 7? No, this is a 8.5 out of 10 at its highest. The keys on this song remind me of If It Is by Mace, because the structure on it, he raps and then it doesn't finish. It goes into a Beatles-like Egyptian key falling thing, and then it ends with drums that bring it back into a verse with great hip-hop drums. That is a 8.5 out of 10. Now we go on to Igor. Gone, Gone, Thank You. Woo-wee! Wow. Gone, Thank You. This song is incredibly powerful. I don't see how I could not give it a 10. I don't see how I could not give that song a 10. That's just one of those songs that's just like, there's no recreating it. There's no recreating that song. I'm the only, okay. Now, Blame Game. Blame Game is like a Tarantino film crafted in one. This loop, the reason I gave Runaway a 1 is because Blame Game is the better version of Runaway. Blame Game is a great 5 out of 10. It is a great 5 out of 10. This is one of the most beautiful loops I've ever heard. The drum loop, and how when Chris Rock is telling that story, the loop keeps coming, and just like in So Appalled, the end of the loop is some sort of mixing. It's reverse. It has some sort of effect on it at the end of the loop, and the loop just keeps playing. It's like you're running in a fairy forest. It's like you're running with Ratatouille through the field. I'll definitely give Blame Game a 5 out of 10. Oh, and then for Igor, I Don't Love You Anymore. I really like this song, but I never really listened to it. It's really good. It fits in this album perfectly as a love tape. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10. Again, still absolutely great art. Still absolute great artistic material. Still a 2 out of 10. Now, we have Lost in the World. I'm down on my whole life. I'm moving the city, and I'm down for the night. This song is slept on. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Because if Power is a 5 out of 10, Lost in the World can't be anything but a 4. It could go lower. Wait, hold on. Lost in the World, it's slept on, but I'm gonna give it a 1. It's still really slept on. It's really good. Lost in the World, 1 out of 10. And Who Will Survive? Okay, and then for Igor, we have Are We Still Friends? This is similar to I Don't Love You Anymore. Ooh, this song is a slow jam, baby. Oh, this song is a slow jam. Maybe if I had a little more love in my heart, I would be ranking this song differently. But Are We Still Friends, 3 out of 10. And Who Will Survive in America? 10 out of 10 song. Alright, so now that we have ranked all of these songs, it's time to talk album meaning, intention, put together album cover. I can say these album covers are both 10 out of 10 album covers. They're both the perfect album cover for what it is. You could say that Igor's a 9. You could say, but these are 10 out of 10 album covers. Now, like I was saying earlier, okay, both of these albums are so great because they are a packet of instruments. It's like you download a pack of instruments and sounds and you place it in an album. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is orchestra, samples, high-up vocals, raps, and hip-hop drums. Igor is synths, hip-hop drums, some trap drums, bass. It's chords, strings, pads, and sound effects. And you place them into each of each other in an album. I'm pretty sure that both of these albums are 9 out of 10s. Because I'm looking at the ranking, right? Now, I could sit here and add up the numbers, but that doesn't really matter. Now, the only 10 out of 10 song on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is Gorgeous. But we're not going to sit here and act like Power isn't a 10 out of 10 song in its own way. And All of the Lights isn't a 10 out of 10 song in its own way. And Devil in a New Dress isn't. We're not going to act like every song on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy isn't a 10 out of 10 in its own way. Now, both of these albums are written books. Both of these albums are books as well. That's why they're both so good. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is a written book of a dark twisted fantasy. And I'm pretty sure that a majority of the population of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy listeners don't actually get the full meaning of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Because that's literally what, maybe they do, but that's literally what it is though. Same as how Igor is literally what it is. Igor is like an entity of the relationship that's taking place. It's incredible. Oh my gosh, what album is better? I actually was not prepared for this moment. What one of these albums are better? Oh my, what the heck? I actually cannot choose. Okay, they are both 9 out of 10s. I'm saying it. They're both 9 out of 10s. Okay. Oh my goodness, this is actually incredibly difficult. These literally should not have been the first albums I did on the bracket, because they're probably one of the 2 best albums of all time. They're probably one of the 2 best. Okay. Ooh, man. See, you could say, no, you can't sit here and say, oh, Ye album is better because of the situation he did it in. Tyler's situation was just as hectic, probably. I mean, not in public scrutiny, you know? But like, personally, just artist to artist. These are both definitely albums that they went through a lot to make. Now, because I don't want to rank this I don't want to rank this with any ego attached, like, oh, this is all of his sounds combined. No. It's gonna come down to this. Which one is a 8.9 and which one is a 9.1 that round up to 9? For some reason, I want to say Igor. For some reason, I really want to say Igor. I don't know why. Oh my gosh, dude. I want to give it a tie. I want to give it a tie. I don't think there's any way either of these albums are better than one another. I don't think there's any way. This is a tie. Both 9 out of 10 albums.